friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with Zook Stitch. Today is Saturday, May 23rd, 2020. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. I'm glad that you're here. I am filming quite a bit later in the day than I normally do. It's almost 2:30. Today's just kind of slipped away from me. Well, part of it is because I slept in. And I did some stitching this morning, which I don't normally stitch during the day. I'm an evening stitcher. And I'll explain a little more about that in just a few minutes. But welcome. Let's get right into it. I had several questions on my last video about some threads that I'll be using. I showed the Rosewood Manor Quakers. Garan Toten Bags is doing a stitch along with all 4 seasons. So I bought all 4 seasons. I have a little tiny start on the spring one. I don't even have the first motif done yet. But they come with these Valdani threads. And so this is a pack. I got this from Crazy Annie's on Facebook. So this is the spring Quaker, and one is missing because I have it pulled out to show you something. And I had a lot of questions about how do you use the Valdani threads. Okay, so I thought I would just take a minute and explain. So I pulled this one out. This is JP9. That's the color. So they're these little tiny balls. They're very cute. They're a lot smaller. I saw these on other people's floss tubes, and I thought they were a lot larger. I think I was thinking of knitting, like balls of yarn. These are tiny. And then I just pulled a skein of DMC just to compare and show you how you use the Valdani threads. It's really easy. So DMC, as you know, has 6 strands. Can you see that? And most people will separate them and use usually 1 or 2. I like 2. What I do is I use the loop start method. So I will take a length of thread, double it over, and then use the loop start method. And there's a lot of video tutorials on YouTube if you don't know what the loop start method is. So that's how you use DMC. You know, if you're using a really big fabric count, say 10 count or 11 count, you might use all 6 threads. It really just depends on what coverage you like. I really like, for me, it's not even so much as coverage as it is what feels good in my hand as I'm stitching, and that's 2 threads versus 1. 1 just feels so light. So I like 2 threads. So that's how you use DMC. Now on the Valdani threads, they come, and I don't know if you can see this, they have 3 strands. Whoops. Right, there it is. So can you see they have 3 strands? It's a little blurry there. There you go. Or 3 threads. So you use it just like this off the ball. You don't have to separate it. They are quite a bit thinner strands than the DMC. So 3 strands of Valdani is equivalent to 2 strands of DMC, give or take. I mean, it's not an exact science. So when I'm stitching the Rosewood Manor Quakers, you just take the length that you want, you cut it, you thread your needle, and you're good to go. So it's super easy. You don't have to worry. I mean, and this is 3 strands, so it is pretty thin. I love it. They are so lovely to work with, and you can see there's some variegation in this as well. So they're super easy to use. So I had so many questions, so don't feel intimidated or anything. There are, well, the one I'm working on, there are some places that call, there's words, and they call you use just 1 strand. So you do separate it, you know, for things like back stitching. I probably actually will use DMC for back stitching on these, or for the words, just because I think the color, and I can't remember which color it is now that you're supposed to use the words, but they do say that you use almost the entire skein. So if I use DMC for the words, or just find something that's close to equivalent, then I'll have less of a chance of running out. And I also don't really want to separate the Valdani threads. I don't know why. You absolutely can. There's nothing wrong with doing it. It's just, thought I'd use DMC. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions about fall donny threads or really anything, feel free to leave them down below and I'll be sure to answer them next time. But thanks for all the questions. I'm a little behind on comments, so bear with me as I get caught up on that. So jumping into what we're working on this week. I have a mini finish. I finished Harbor Haven number 7. Let me see if I put a... There you go. So we got the fisherman done. So number 7 starts right about here. The sailboat's in number 6. And these are his little bait tackle things. My father would be mortified. I don't know what those are. Lures. Thank you. So I got that all done. So that's good. So we have 5 more to go. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 more to go. And it's May, so we are looking right on track. So Harbor Haven, number 7, finish. Then for my Maynia plans, as you know, I am starting one big project each Friday in May, so it will be 5 projects. So last Friday, I started Spring at Hawk Run Hollow, which is this. It will look like this when it's all done. This is a Carriage House Samplings. I am obsessed with Hawk Run Hollow. I'm starting 3 of them this month. And there's at least 1, if not 2 more that I want that I don't have, which is fine because I have plenty to work on for now. But I started up here at the top, and then my goal, loose goal, is to do a block a month until it's done. Now, some of these are pretty close to full coverage. This one isn't as bad as some of the other ones, but there's quite a bit of stitching, so I don't know if I will actually get a whole block done a month on all of them, but something like that. That one should go pretty quick because it's mostly words. That one might not be too terrible. I was looking at this first block since that's the one I'll be starting soon. And it doesn't look like a ton, but all that brick around the window, I think that's going to be quite a bit. So we'll see. It's fun, but I wanted to show you where I got. I'm really excited. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Harbor Haven is on a 32 count Belfast linen in vintage smoky white. And I'm doing 2 strands over 2 threads. Like I said, I like doing 2 over 2 even on 32 count. So this is where I got on Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. So last time you saw it, I just had the outline done last week, and then I got the bird's nest done, and the right side is completely done. So there's some bees and little flowers in there. And then so I just have the left side to do, and the top border will be done. Now, and I mentioned this last time, at the very top here, you'll see there's a little sign, whoops, that says Hawk Run Hollow. I'm not stitching that yet. I'm going to save that to the very end. I don't want mine to say Hawk Run Hollow. I want it to say something. I think I'm going to do some variation of my name in the year that I finish it in. So it'll say something probably, now there's 13 letters in Hawk Run Hollow. So I'll probably do something like Seazook 2021 or something like that in there instead. But I'm going to save that to the very, very end so that I can think about it and decide what I really want in there. But that's where I've gotten. This bird's nest was a giant pain. I've never stitched a bird's nest before. I love how it looks. It was just a lot of counting. But I do like the effect. So I am close to getting the border done. So my goal for May is to get that top border done, which I should, in maybe even 1 more stitching session, and I will have that done. So that was last Friday's Maynia start, number 3. I'm running out of space. I'm filming in my craft room, and it has also become my at-home office because we are working from home, and so I need a good clean out. Anyway, so last night I started Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Dee Ellis and I are doing this together, so if you'd like to join us, wherever you are in this project, even if you're much further along than we are, please go ahead and join us. So this is what it will look like when it's done. I'm not a big Halloween stitcher, and I say that now, but I have wanted this piece, and I have, well, I bought the By the Bay. I showed it a few weeks ago. I bought the By the Bay Halloween Cove, which I think is adorable. And I don't have it here yet, but just, I think yesterday or the day before, I bought Halloween Quaker. So apparently I like some Halloween pieces. Now, these, a lot of these are full coverage. This bottom box is entirely full coverage. That box is, each square is 92 by 92, except for the center one is double width, right? But it's all 92 by 92. And when they're full coverage, see, a lot of them have a lot of stitching in. And these trees are going to be a pain. I know, look at these trees are going to be such a pain. But I love it. So, I started up here in this first box. I started down here in the little graveyard. So I started this, oh, I just bumped you. I'm so sorry. So I started this last night. I got the border done. That took me a while. I can't remember how long that took me, but probably about 2 hours. But it lines up. So I'm really happy. This is on 32 count vanilla latte. Oh, so is spring. So sorry, I forgot to tell you. Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. All my Hawk Run Hollows I'm doing on 32 count vanilla latte by Bestitch Me. Brandy at Bestitch Me. I'll link her down below. It is a gorgeous fabric. It's an even weave. I'm doing 2/2. So I did this, you know, doing the borders is a necessity, but it's not very exciting, especially when it's a border in 310. But I got that out of the way, and now I can work on filling in. I started down here. This, I'm using all the called for. I don't really love the contrast. There's supposed to be like a cross, because this is a tombstone, and there's supposed to be a cross in there. You really can't see it very well. You can even, I mean, it's showing up better on screen even than it does in person. So I might change that color. I don't know. We'll see. And it's the same thing for all that tombstone. So I'll have to see. Maybe it won't matter too much. But that's how far I've gotten. So I am doing, we're calling it a non-sanctioned 24 hours of cross stitch event this weekend. So this is not, Jen Lee does 24 hours of cross stitch. It's her event. She runs it. She does it 4 times a year. Some stitchy friends and I decided, because we have a long weekend this weekend, we wanted to try to get 24 hours of cross stitch in this weekend from Friday through Monday. So that equates to about 6 hours a day. So I did 4 hours of this last night. So I got a little behind right off the bat. I did 4 hours last night, and then I finished up 2 more hours, a little over, this morning to get to a good stitching, good stopping spot. So this is Halloween. So this is my progress on it. I'm going to put it away. It is on my Whip Go board that will be coming out later this year. But for now, this is where she's going to go away. For now, till she comes out on the Whip Go board. And I think she's even on my Whip Go board twice. So, and I think in the November 24 hours of cross stitch, I'm going to give her a rotation because it's Halloween. My goal on this piece and the autumn, which you'll see later, is to get half of it done by next Halloween. Okay, which still seems pretty, a pretty high goal to me. But if I can get 6 squares done by Halloween 2021, that's my goal on this. So we got a good start. I just love how my stitches lay on this fabric. And I don't know, I think it's a combination of that it's even weave, and I haven't stitched on even weave a whole lot, mostly linen. I just really like it. It's just so nice and neat and put together. So I really like it. So check out Brandy on Bestitch Me. She has a website as well. So if you aren't on Facebook, you can, I had to custom order these pieces because they were so large, and she was amazing to work with. So responsive, just completely professional. So highly recommend her. So in addition to those 2 Maynia starts, I worked on my temperature tree by Stitching Mommy. So this is where each branch represents a month and each leaf represents the high temperature for the day. And you work your way around the tree until it's all done. So here's my progress. One of these days I'll show it to you without the Q snap so you can see it kind of the whole thing. But I just filled in the few dates. Took me about half an hour. Then I put it away. I typically work on these on Sundays, but during the month of May, because I want all of my Sunday to go to my Maynia start, I'm moving these to Monday. And this week, because Monday is Memorial Day and we're doing our non-sanctioned 24 hours of cross stitch, I will probably move this to Tuesday, but it's fine. It's easy enough to get caught up on. This is stitch on a 32 count light blue Lugana, which I guess is an even weave as well. And I'm doing 2/2. Okay. That's all I worked on this past week, which not all. I mean, I feel like it's quite a bit. I did pretty well. I keep bumping you today. Why? Why do you keep getting bumped? You know why? Because I got the stand for work for my laptop, and it's a little shaky every time I accidentally bump the table. So I apologize. Hopefully that won't make anybody sick. So haul. Let's talk about haul. I had pre-ordered. This is Garan Toten Bags. This is their summer Quaker bag. So I got this, and the inside is those beautiful bees. It's just a lovely bag. I just really love their work. It smells good. I don't know what it smells like. I got the matching mini bag. Same inside. And of course I got the matching 11 by 11 gram guard. So this will house my Summer Quaker by Rosewood Manor, which we will be starting the first day of summer, which I think is June 20th or the 21st. So I got that. I also, now, I cheated on Ronnie. He knows about this. I confessed. I messaged him as soon as I purchased this bag, and I said, I cheated on you, please forgive me. I bought my first ever tote bag by Caroline from Off the Grid Needle Arts. Or it's just Off the Grid? Is it just Off the Grid? Look at this fabric. I could not pass up this fabric. This is just absolutely gorgeous. It has a zipper on top, and then the inside is this just cream colored, and it will fit. It should fit. This is the large size, I believe, and it should fit an 11 by 11 Q snap, which is what I mostly use. But I just couldn't turn down this gorgeous fabric. And then she has just a solid black down here, and then it comes with a notions pouch, the same fabric and same inside. So I did that. It is gorgeous, and considering it came from Canada during COVID, it got here really quickly. I think it only took about a week, if that, maybe 5 days. It was really fast. So this is a lovely, lovely bag, and I'll link her shop. She has a Shopify shop. I don't think she's on Etsy anymore, but it's gorgeous, gorgeous bag. So I picked up that, and then let's do this. I finally walked to my P.O. box. I'm missing something, but I walked to my P.O. box yesterday, and I hadn't been there in about a month. And in there was my Color and Cotton Floss of the Month thread pack from April. Look at those colors, are just beautiful. I get the all colors, so it's a mix of bright and neutrals. Beautiful. I also got my fabric, but I don't know where I put it. I might have already put it away. I'll show it to you next time. How about that? And then, here's what I did. I watch Snug Harbor Crafts, Debbie and Kev. Debbie is working on this project, and I saw a couple other people on Stitch Maynia who are working on it, and I had to have it. It's another Halloween piece. I'm not a Halloween stitcher, I had to get, so these are Judith M. Kirby Victorians, house number 9 and house number 15. And you stitch them side by side and it makes a cute little, I just love those little kids in their costumes running from house to house. I love the little kitty in this one and the jack-o'-lanterns. Had to have it. And then I see, yes, so this is what it will look like. Now, these are reprints. They're photocopies with permission. No, I didn't photocopy them, the shop. Stitch in Time. It is in Saginaw, Michigan. They are the most amazing, wonderful people to work with. If you are looking for a local needle workshop, or if you want to pick up these, now these charts sell on eBay for $50 a piece. Do not pay $50 a piece for them. You can call the shop, and I'll leave her phone number and her contact information down below. There's her Stitch in Time. There's the phone number. She sells these for retail. They're about $12 or $13 a piece. I can't remember exactly. And then shipping, of course. She's very, very helpful. And these are, she sells them for retail. Okay, so she has permission to reprint them. These, so this is great, right? She talked me through so much on the phone because I said, well, let's get the fabric for it. And of course, this chart is from, oh, she's from Oregon. I was looking for a year. Oh, here we go. No. I thought I saw a year or something. These are older charts. Okay, so her signature here, it says 1994. So I don't know if that's when the chart came out or not, but the stitch piece here said 1994, so mid-90s, I would assume. So, you know, whatever the called for fabric probably isn't being made. And I didn't catch her name. But Stitch in Time, they were so wonderful. She helped me pick out, this is a hand-dyed casual 28 count in Storm. Just stitch it on. Isn't that beautiful? And so I can just place it on there, and I think it'll be really great on that fabric. It's kind of eerie looking fabric. So that's wonderful. So I ordered that. Not only that, these charts come with, this is a whole sheet on hand-painted fabric instructions for Judith Kirby Halloween houses, courtesy of Lynn. So there's a whole instruction sheet on how to paint the fabric if you want to do that. I'm not going to paint fabric, but it's very nice that they include that. And you guys, okay, so here's my receipt, right? Tucked into this. She included this. This is a blending filament threading technique, how to use blended filament. She said info for your files. So she left all these sweet little notes all over, which I think is just adorable. Get out of here. She even drew it on the back. Get out of here. Talk about customer service. And then here's, I think that's your floss list, and then the pattern. And then she included all these flyers because she's an enabler. I mean, these are all Judith Kirby's. So I assume that Stitch in Time can get any of these, or they have the rights to photocopy them. To get them for you. Look at this one. But wait. Look at the back. See, now they're Christmas ones. And I might need that one. That's a, what's it called? Midnight Moonlight. There's the spring and summer. That's the one that I'm going to be stitching. But look at this one. Look at that. I probably need that one too. There's fireworks in the air. So she included that. Not only that, I'm telling you, this shop is just, she included a ton of freebie charts that were from the Stitch and Be Well. So I'm gonna, she just, all these printouts, they're printed on color, in color. So I'll just briefly show them. Like, I mean, favorite brew. Here's this, and then she wrote, here's another cute Halloween series she thought I might like. Oops. She just wrote this little hand note on the back saying, hey, you might like this, look into it. I mean, just her little notes all over, and that they included all these freebies. Just the sweetest, sweetest shop. And they were great to work with. She really took her time. She actually, when I called and we were talking about fabric, she said, well, let me call you back. Let me look around the shop and call you back in a few minutes. And she did. And because she wanted to take the time and not keep me on hold. She was wonderful. In addition to that, I also picked up from her, this is a 32 count Belfast in pearl gray linen. This is for Kringles, which I'll be starting in July for Jolly July. So it looks like this, and it's just a light silvery gray. I think it'll look really good. I was worried about, sometimes grays can be too dark and look too kind of gloomy when I don't want it to, but I think this will work great. This is a great suggestion. So I will leave their contact information below, and if you are looking for Judith Kirby designs, please consider giving them a call. The charts, they're just reprinted, they're just photocopied, so it's just regular paper, but that's absolutely fine. And I'm so, so happy with this. They really took their time, and they were lovely to work with. And even on the project, so they have this little project note, and she tells you 3 inches on each side plus extra. So they just kind of gives you a little reminder of, what did I order this for? So that's my haul. Now, I did get my Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month, like I said. I think I must have put it away already. So I'll get that out next time. I have more stuff coming in the mail. All my materials for Jolly July, which should be here today, actually. And a few other things here and there. But we're slowing down. I think I am going to do, now that I have a stash built up, I think I'm going to do Stitch from Stash starting in July. So we can focus on that. Okay, giveaways. So we had several giveaways last time, so let's give some stuff away. So I have now sent out all the giveaways that I have, I think. Jenny in Australia, I just mailed yours yesterday on Friday, so that just got mailed to you, so it might be a little bit yet before you get that. Okay, so first up, we are giving away this kit of 3 little cupcake cards. And Cheryl Lee, you won this. I have your address, so I will get this in the mail to you this week. Congrats to Cheryl. We also gave away, your sentences were so funny with Douglas. I was laughing out loud reading your sentences. And I know I'm not through all of them yet, but your sentences, I put Douglas in there on purpose, and many of you did a great job. It just was cracking me up. So thank you for that entertainment. So Teresa Kogut's Bloomin' Hens and Monica Bordeaux, you won this. Monica, I don't have your address, so please email me at czookstitch@gmail.com and email me your address so I can get this sent out to you. Next up was Snowman Ornament. This is by Homespun Elegance. Cute little snowman. And Debbie Varney, you won this. So Debbie, I do need your address. I don't have it. This was the one that Douglas Fir, and I said the keyword was Douglas, and you guys were a riot. A lot of you talked about your snowman named Douglas, and it was just really funny. So the winner for this is Silver Stitches. Sylver, Silver Stitches. I need your address. So congratulations to you. This one, Vlad's Vash Day by Raise the Roof. My mom told me this morning that she entered to win this. She did not win this. But she thought it was great, and I wish I had known that. She's like, I thought it was so cute. Anyway, the winner of this is CTC Crafter. CTC. So I do need your address so I can get this in the mail to you. This cute travel piece. Gigi Stitches, you won this. I'll get that in the mail to you. I do have your address because she tends to win. I don't know how. Her name comes up an awful lot. And then this was really funny. So this is the World of Cross Stitching. This is the May issue I'm going to give away. And the winner of that is Dawn Duvall. Dawn, I have your address. Dawn's comment said, oh, I was so tempted by that tiger, but I swore to myself I will never stitch a tiger again. But Dawn, you actually won this, so I think we're all going to look forward to seeing your progress on the tiger. Okay? So I'll get those out in the mail to you. Those of you who I need your address, please do contact me so I can get them sent out. Now, giveaways for this week. Make sure that you're 18 so that you can give me your address. Don't say giveaway. And I use YouTube comment picker to search for the keyword. I love it when you put it into sentences and get creative. You absolutely don't have to. You can just simply say, I would like to stitch and use the keywords. That's absolutely fine as well. So we are going to give away this cute unicorn chart. This is the alphabet series by Heart and Hand. So you can see there's a U for unicorn. You could probably just as easily leave that off if you didn't want that U on there and just fill in the unicorn. And I think this is a tiny one. I don't know if it says, but it's small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 40 by 40 at the most. Not even that. So it's tiny. So if you'd like a chance to win this, say something about unicorn. Okay. Next up is this Steeple Sampler by Heart and Hand, another little one. And if you'd like a chance to win this, say something about steeple. 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 Which is right there. Steeple in the alphabet. And I don't think it has any beads or anything. Nope. So steeple for that one. This is a bookmark set. So it comes with the Ada and the floss. I don't know. It is open, but that's just from, getting it, just from looking at it. I don't know if there's I was looking to see if there's a needle. I don't know that there's a needle in there, but the Ada and the floss is in there. It is open, but everything else should be in there. So if you would like to stitch this, say something about bookmark. Okay, aren't those cute? Okay, and then another little piece. This is a Fragments in Time 2019 by Summerhouse Stitchworks. Say something about time, T-I-M-E, if you would like to stitch this. If you like stitching houses, this is the one for you. A few more. I'm going to give away by the Drawn Thread. This is the Brown Ranch Sampler. Isn't that sweet with the little sheep in there? Brown, and it says, there's the alphabet, and it says the Brown Ranch 1915 name, person's name. I didn't put a keyword, but the keywords would be ranch, R-A-N-C-H. Okay. We're going to give away this chart. This is actually a little mini book. It's called Thank Goodness It's Friday. It's by Jeanette Cruz Designs, and it's called Good Words. So it's all happy words, which I thought was really appropriate for right now. I really like this one, Growth. I mean, I know April's over, but that's still, talk about timely, right? Reflect, harmony, be, hope, silence, joy, health. And this is a book. It's in black and white. but each page has a chart and very nicely done. I'll put it back here so you get an idea. So if you would like a chance to win this, say something about good, G-O-O-D, good. That might get a little tricky, but because you could say, have a good week. Don't say that. Make it clear that you're entering for that one. Let's change it, actually. I'm going to change it right now, and I'm going to write it down, because I think good is just going to be too hard. Let's change it to words. W-O-R-D-S. Words. Okay? That'll be a little more clearer to me, that you're actually entering and not just wishing me a good week. And then the last giveaway, there's a lot of giveaways, is I Need a Little Love by Leisure Arts booklet. This is so sweet. It's a little mouse. And so this one says, when I give to you what I make with my hands, I share my heart. And it's called I Need a Little Love. And we'll say needle. I wanted to say love, but again, I think that might get too confusing. That's cute. So I Need a Little Love, and it includes color charts for 3 pieces in here. So we'll say needle, N-E-E-D-L-E. Okay, so that's the giveaways. That's a lot, but we'll get it. Okay, so plans. So, like I said, we're doing Memorial Day marathon of non-sanctioned 24 hours of cross stitch. So I have 6 hours down, 18 hours to go. Plan to do 6 hours each day, give or take. So I did the Halloween at Acorns Hollow. That rotation is done. Here's my plans. I'm really running out of space here, you guys. Today I am, this might surprise some of you, I am pulling out Easter Parade to work on the bunny. So I worked on this, I think in April. Yeah, April. I got maybe about halfway done. So this is where he's at. I would like to finish this by Easter next year. I think he's so sweet. So maybe halfway, maybe not quite halfway. And I also want to do the basket and get that done by next Easter. So I'm just going to, I know I won't get it done. I'm not planning to get it done today. I just want to move it forward a little bit, giving it a 6-hour rotation, and then I'll put it away. But that's what I'm going to work on today. This I am stitching on a 28 count Lugana in ivory. I said I don't stitch on even weave very often, but apparently I do. There you go. So I'm going to move that forward. I don't plan on really getting into the basket. I did a really tiny start back in March, but I'm going to pull, I think I'm going to do a 6-hour rotation at Easter Parade, maybe a 4-hour rotation next month, I'll see, and then put it away till probably January, and then get that done, and then get the basket done. And I think that would be a really cute little display for Easter. And Easter's super early next year. It's early April. It's like the first Sunday in April. So whereas this year, I think it was maybe the 3rd weekend in April. So we had a few more weekends. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to start. So that's today. Tomorrow, I'm going to start Harbor Haven number 8. Again, my computer ran out of color ink and I didn't care to reprint it, but that's what it will look like. So we are getting there. This one doesn't have nearly as much back stitching as the other ones. I mean, it's still a lot of stitching because this whole area is all full coverage, but we're getting there. So I'm going to start on that. My goal is to finish number 8 in the month of June. Okay. And then my last Maynia start, so this is Maynia start number 5, which I will start next Friday, is Autumn at Acorns Hollow. Again, my goal on this one is to have it halfway done by next Halloween 2021. So that would be about 6 blocks. And this one I feel like has more full coverage even than the spring one. Because look at this house is going to be a lot. There's houses in several of them. the grass. Again, this one might be the fastest one because it's the least amount. That one's nearly full coverage. So there's a lot of stitching in this one. If I can get 6 done, now I'm going to start, of course, up here. And even that has a lot of stitching with those pumpkins. But I'm going to start the same. The border is exactly the same. So hopefully next Saturday, that's what you'll see is just a completed border like you did with spring at Hawk Run Hollow. I'm using the same fabric that I'm using on the other ones, which is a 32 count even weave in Vanilla Latte by Bestitch Me. It's very similar to what's shown in here. It's a very versatile fabric. So that will be my last Maynia start. So that's what I have for you. I think that's everything. Let me check my notes. Yes, that's what I have for you. Today has just flown by. I cannot believe it's already 3 o'clock. And I don't even know what I've done. I stitched for a couple hours. I was having some computer issues. I don't know what else. Time just is slipping away, which is better than March, which felt like it was 4 years long. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. We are doing well here. My state is slowly reopening. The county I live in, however, is not really reopening. The way our governor is doing it, and I assume other governors too, I just don't really know. Each county has to apply to reopen in 3 different phases. So counties are in phase 1 right now. We are probably the last county to open, and we have not yet applied to for phase 1, which is kind of restaurants at 25% capacity. It's that kind of level of reopening. We are not there yet because we haven't met the criteria. We are also in the most highest population density city in the state. You know, Oregon is a pretty rural state overall, and there's not a high population, especially, you know, there's some counties that have had 1 case or no cases. So, you know, we're trying to be careful and open up when we can and just doing what feels comfortable. I wore my mask when I walked to the P.O. box yesterday. I wore my mask the entire way there and back. And yeah, so we're doing well. We're staying healthy. We're doing what we can, and I hope the same for you and your family. And I will talk to you next week. Happy stitching. Bye.